Hey everyone, it's Thomas from the Sports Card Show, and today I'm talking about the best cards you can buy for $500. So I picked three players here. I picked Jalen Hurts, Joe Burrow, and Justin Herbert, and a different set for each of the three players. So I want to start off here with Jalen Hurts, who is a player that I've talked very highly of, and I picked Contenders Optic because I think his Contenders Optic autos are definitely undervalued. Prices are kind of all over the place, as you can see here. Uh, his 1 out of 199 like 2 weeks ago, so for 550. Then his silver did 650. 75. I could look 130. I think I checked this. I think the comp was like 7 or 800. Um, Another silver here did 560. So 85 on a, out of the 99 out of teal. But let's just take this one for instance, right? 550. What's the Herbert doing? That's the question, right? The Herbert's doing a lot. The last PSA 9 did $3,500 and the SGC 910 did 2,700, right? So probably a $2,500 $3,000 card, which is pretty good margins considering if you can get this for 500 bucks. That's pretty good. I typically look for the Herbert to be about 4 to 5 times what a Hertz does for me to be pretty comfortable to say that this is a good buy. If take for instance like his Green Prism, like the Hertz does like 80 bucks, and sorry, the PSA 9 does like 80 bucks, and the Herbert does like 200. That's terrible margins, right? That's terrible. That's way too close. That's like almost like just double what it does. Like there's not a lot of room for that to grow. So definitely a good card here. Excuse me. Definitely a good card here. Definitely like Contenders Optic. It's a very sought after set, and if you could pick one of these up, numbered would be a great buy in my opinion. Another guy, Joe Burrow. So if you guys know anything about Select, the field level is the most sought after set, and as far as numbered field level stuff goes, there's not many. And this is the highest numbered one you could get, but it is the most sought after, and it's a PSA slab, and I think it's a good neutral color, and I think that this is definitely a really good buy for 440 because during the season they play well. I would assume this is probably about $1,000 plus card. So this is a good buy in my opinion for relatively low risk. Burrow's going to be good. Who knows if they're going to make it to another Super Bowl? A lot of speculation around that, but I think this is a really good buy. And then my favorite buy actually out of this is a Herbert card. So it is his Silver Prism PSA 9. So a lot of times I think that silver prisms are overpriced, overrated, but I kind of think of it as like old time Topps Chrome refractors. People really like Topps Chrome refractors. That's kind of what prism silvers are. But you also have to keep in mind that there's number Topps Chrome stuff, and that does even higher. So I kind of keep that in perspective. But as far as in demand stuff, silver prisms are very good. So for this one, I actually want to chart it out. The other two, it's a little bit difficult to price out, but this one, there's a lot of comps, right? So as we can see here, September of last year, this card was selling for almost $1,100, which is kind of crazy. Because the last comp now is 480, right? So for a year ago, for it to be selling over double what it's doing now is pretty crazy. And you can see how high it was when it first hit the market. It kind of kept going up. And then since then, it's fallen way down, right? But it's pretty much stayed level, right? It definitely has some room to grow. It's a very sought after card. Not a lot of people can afford $2,500 for the PSA 10. They want a Silver Prism and they want Justin Herbert. So this is a definitely, in my opinion, really good card. And I will probably be picking up one of these for 500 bucks or less if I have the opportunity to. Because you can see here, that's his auto. You see another 9 all day, 500 bucks, 450, 500 bucks. So definitely three good guys to invest in. I think that Herbert's probably the safest here. I think Herbert is a really good buy. I think it's super easy to sell Herbert stuff. People love Herbert, but you do have to keep in mind there's not really a lot of room for it to grow. I feel like this is probably the best bet that you're gonna have. And I know I keep talking about Jalen Hurts, and you guys are probably sick and tired of me talking about Jalen Hurts, but I feel like Jalen Hurts has the most potential out of these three guys, at least in terms of growth in their card value. Because Burrow, his stuff's never really sold as well as Herbert. It did they kind of were equal around the Super Bowl, even maybe a little bit above. But obviously, since then it's cooled way off. People kind of more believing in Herbert. So we'll definitely have to see how the season pans out. I think that the Eagles are going to play very well. I think Hurts is going to have a great season. I think his cards are going to go way up in value, and I think he's still very underrated. Even though his cards are still kind of increasing in value, like 30, 40%, even as of like a month ago, right? So definitely still a great buying opportunity if you can find cars that are doing about a, you know, as in the Herbert is doing 4 to 5x what the Hertz is doing. That's where you kind of would ideally want to be because once you get less than 4x, then it becomes a little bit close. And there's definitely cards that have a wider gap. So I'd look to those. Also keep in mind things like color matches and that kind of thing. Those are important. Um, Obviously grades are important. I would assume most of you guys know that, but definitely keep in mind color matches. Look for comps. Try to buy stuff for a great price. If you pay a very good price, you're gonna make money on it. That's the biggest thing. Don't force to buy. There's tons of cards to go out there and purchase. Just make sure that you're confident with the player that you're buying and you know exactly what the play is on the card. That would be my advice. So I would say this is definitely, if you can buy a Silver Prism Herbert, definitely the safest buy here. Not as much room to grow. Like this could grow maybe 3, 4x. This could probably grow maybe 2x, maybe not even. Keep that in mind. Definitely a great buy though, a little bit safer. So I would say for 500 bucks, your best cards to buy would be a Contenders Optic Jalen Hurts Auto or a 2020 Panini Prism Silver Justin Herbert and a PSA 9. Those would be my two cards, but those would be my picks. Obviously, I would like to hear what you guys have to say. Any other opinions? I'll try to switch it up. However, the thing is, as far as best value, I think that Hurts and Herbert hold a lot of great value, and it's kind of difficult when you look at like Josh Allen and Lamar, other comparable players, and like Mahomes. The prices are just so high. There's not really a lot of room to go there, and it's pretty much pricing out the average day buyer. So that would be my advice here. I will definitely make some videos on them, coming up here soon. But these would be my two buys: would be the Silver Prism Herbert and the Contenders Optic Jalen Hurts. So thank you guys for watching this. I think this is gonna be a pretty quick video. I think we're at the 7 minute mark, so not too long, not too short. But thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys tomorrow, hopefully with a new video. Peace.